should probably tear down this AFK shelter, huh?
What? Oh, the away from keyboard. You're such a dick.
That's cool. I did it to you first, so.
I honestly have never done it to anyone. I literally was not me. I mean that.
Really?
Yes, it was not me.
Interesting.
I'm telling you right now.
Interesting.
I'm actually just going to share this out.
Yeah. I seem to have lost my diamond pickaxe. Cool.
Okay. Green. And my cousin Jen from Canada. We got my buddy Max from Crown Deck in this morning.
Welcome.
First time showing off our weirdo tradition to somebody who doesn't really have any clue what we're doing.
Max, are you a Minecraft player at all?
No. I'm definitely familiar with it. I have a lot of friends that play it.
So since we're kind of doing the tour, I think there's like 2 minutes. We'll do it after. I keep thinking we're gonna have some time. I was gonna go show Max 1.0.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be it's 9:28, so we're
getting in there.
We could do that, after the service.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely do it because I gotta check out like all the new. Is somebody building a freaking Santa Claus? What the crap?
What?
Look at this. Who's doing this?
Wait, I'm in the game. I'm not looking at the feed.
Well, and we're gonna have to.
Oh, nice!
Because this is inside of the cathedral, so it's gonna have to get nuked.
Well, after Christmas.
Of course, it's Russell. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, I think we can leave it there.
I think you're right. We can make an exception.
Oh no, Mr. Grinch! Please tear down the Santa Claus.
Shut up, Greg. You're right. You're totally right. So yeah, Max. One of the basic rules is that you can't. You're not supposed to build inside of the cathedral, which of course this is. But yeah,
within the vision
within
line,
eyesight,
not inside, right? Yeah, that's what it would be.
Thank you for that. Anyway. So I guess we'll. I gotta figure out how to get back on the ground over here. How do you do that again, Greg?
Well, you need to get down close to the ground and then enter game mode survival / game mode space survival.
Got it.
Yeah. What's going on there? Because good. No, just game mode space survival.
Yeah, I did that. It didn't work. So. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm an idiot and I didn't get the word in there. That's totally my fault.
I mean,
user error.
I wasn't going to say that, but
thanks. So nice. Let's see if this works. But it does give me the option to put my name in it, so I'm just going to do that.
If you do it from really high up in the air, you know what happens?
You die?
You fall to your death. Yeah.
All right, so here we are. I guess it's 9:30 now. If anybody's in game, if you want to meet us in the whatever the hell we're going to call this giant room,
cathedral
here, I guess. Hey, it's just like we used to meet in the cave, and I kind of think.
Well, we'll get there, but I haven't finished the cave yet.
Right, we're working on that. So basically, what we were doing in the old one, we had a cave. Everybody started in there, and we'd kind of go around the circle and see if anybody had any, kind of just normal everyday announcements or whatever. Just give people a chance to just let us know if they have anything going on. So, Max, you got anything going on this week that we should all know about?
Oh man, not much this week. Kind of just getting. Maybe I might take a break.
I like it.
I might try to take a break from being on the screen so much, but we'll see.
Yeah,
that never happens.
No, but it's a good idea. Self-care is freaking important. For me, especially, I wanted to announce to you guys, we've been sort of contemplating what it would look like to slap an economy on this world, backed and utilizing Schipul for a long time, probably the last 6 months. And a bunch of pieces of that seem to be falling into place where, we might actually be able to do that and a whole lot more. So I'm developing those ideas now. Anybody that wants to get read in, let me know, and we can do that off air. But it's starting to look really, really good. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's something that we're working on. Anybody who's part of this community already, you will inherently benefit forever, just by the dint of the fact that you guys were here when we started messing around with this. Just want to let that know. If anyone has any questions about it, obviously you can come in and say hello to the people watching on YouTube, Ginny and Yuri and my mom and everybody else. Good morning. So now, if anyone else has any announcements they want to make, while we're in here, please do that, and then we'll go out and get to the gratituding.
Oh, yeah, we should probably let Bob in to the stream.
Hey, Bob.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Derp.
My tiny update is 58 days to go.
Nice,
baby. Awesome sauce. Jen, you got anything? Also, you're muted.
No, I don't have anything to add at the moment. I'm just hopelessly lost. I have no idea where I am or where I'm going. This is metaphor for my life.
We can teleport you.
Absolutely.
I was glad that someone knows how to do that, but I really need to learn.
I still don't know how to do it either.
So,
I get the demigods to do that.
I'm sorry, what's the username and can you hear me?
Yes, username is JBar, and I don't know where I am, and I don't.
I got the JBar. I got the JBar.
Thank you.
You bet. Anytime.
I'm gonna make a mission to learn how to do this.
So yeah, I just want to let everybody know I built a 60,000 block dome, and Greg built this piece of light.
That's right.
And what's really annoying me is that the piece of light is as cool as my dome. Fucker.
Yeah, I didn't even have to go and harvest the stuff from the end to make it. So
good stuff.
Cheated my way to glory.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I get it. All right. So what time are you setting it to do the nighttime thing there, G-Money?
I haven't done that. I just type in night and it just does it.
Oh, yeah? Oh, but like time though first, right?
Yeah, time set and then just night is all I've been doing.
All right. Cool. All right. So we'll head out there. Anybody, people in the comments are already doing this, but if you have any gratitudes for this week, try and make them short because the signs are tiny. And somebody on our team will affix their gratitude to one of the monuments, or one of the most recent monuments, I guess.
Nice. Affix.
Right.
Fancy.
I use cool words like affix.
Like, ooh, yes. I think.
Speaking of which, does anybody have any birch? Because we're gonna need to make a new one here.
I got
today already.
Oh, I got 19 birch blocks in hand here. If you need them.
Okay. So Greg,
is that enough? Is it 4x4 or 5x4?
It's the only one that's 5x4 is the middle one
Center
to
line,
account for the center line.
All right, which way are we going? Oh, we're going.
I just want to go backwards, left in a spiral. And I think how did I have this set up? So
let me throw you the birch and you do it here.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually, and what I need to do is set up. There we go. I think I'm going to go and lay the foundations of them so that, even if I'm not here, we kind of know, just so that there's kind of some, because I have the order in my head, kind of, sort of where we need to be. I'm actually going to set this one back to.
We need a trash can.
All right. So, yeah, if you guys have gratitudes, start rifling them on this one.
For whenever whoever's ready, I'm grateful for Zach, and I'm grateful for Jenner, and I'm grateful for Fred. The mouse play that we're doing that's coming out this week, I wrote an original song yesterday for the first time in probably 10 years, and It's so cute, and it's so fun, and I can't wait to record the final takes.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm going to hit some of the ones in the comments here. Let me scroll back up.
Yep.
Virginia announcement: 1 semester is over for my kiddo. So now you got a kid laying around the house, not doing anything. That's awesome.
Max, you got anything?
Oh man, yeah, I'm grateful you guys invited me to to hang out. Like, this is so cool to see. This is my first introduction to Minecraft, so it's pretty rad.
I'm honored. I can see you studying everything intently. In other words, thank you for the compliment.
I got Babs here.
Awesome.
I have Chet. I'm related.
I just saw Bab's comment. Oh man, the light totally makes it. It really does, though.
Sorry.
I'll go. Yeah, no, I need to go back into observer mode. See, like once you see it from a couple hundred blocks away, like it's pretty. It's kind of intense, frankly.
Babs is grateful to develop new services and programs for the VA. Thank you, Babs, for taking care of our veterans.
Oh, Chet. All right. So Chet's is Tab's work gave us a big ham, and it served us for dinner and breakfast. Grateful for ham. All right, grateful for ham. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna say that compresses down pretty good. Did anyone do Ginny's yet?
No, I don't think so. I got Fred. I'm working way down from the top, so I got Fred next.
Okay, I'm gonna do Ginny here. You guys are making us work today, and I don't hate it.
Yeah, so we definitely want to show Max Cathedral 1.0 because this doesn't look like much, but the other cathedral, the entire interior is full of gratitudes going back a year now, almost a year. So it's building on something that we already have been doing for a while, and we hope to fill this entire space with gratitudes like this. And we get many of them every week. We do this. Yeah.
In Cathedral 1.0, I'll never forget the day that Chet was thankful for Mucinex. That will live on in infamy.
It's still there. We might be able to find it. That's the other thing too. Like, it was all ramshackle, and we even had to start putting gratitudes on the walls and stuff because we ran out of space. But I'm really, the more I think it was Russ. I can't remember who had the idea to start time stamping them and kind of do it sequentially. But I kind of like that, right? Like, we're kind of creating this record of, who is here, and we could almost, make it at least somewhat searchable in context.
I got Sue.
Speaking of Russell,
could you say what it is? So you have the Grateful for My Solstice Baby?
Yeah, I just lost the.
All right, I can read it. Grateful for my solstice baby. Happy birthday, Katie, tomorrow, in parentheses.
Oh, Katie is a server member too.
All right, I have.
It's got a couple minutes left, guys.
I have Deborah's, which I know there's another name for Deborah Marcotti. Anyway,
you can just call her mom. Everyone else does.
Thank you. I've got moms.
Just gonna add Russ here.
I'm not sure, Sue, why you're not seeing comments. We are on both Facebook and YouTube this morning. So,
did you get Sue's Grateful for Christmas Star tomorrow?
No, I did not.
On it.
That's the fun part. What can we get done before?
Yeah, before the time runs out.
Yep.
Greg is grateful. Oz is for his two funny, amazing daughters. Something magical happens. Both of my kids are magical, but when they get in the same place together at the same time, they're like 5 times as funny. They're exponentially funnier and more amazing. So I got to share a little space with them yesterday. in a very safe kind of way.
I got Sandra Reed's here.
Guys, I'm eating yogurt and it doesn't suck. It seemed like the last time I ate yogurt, it did suck. So I don't know. It seems like a sea change.
All right.
Seems like a what?
Oh, hey, let's get upstairs ASAP. Yep. And just so everyone knows, if you can mute your microphone, we observe a moment of silence as the sun comes up. I'm going to take the fast way. I was going to take the stairs, but I'm going to take the fast way.
To the elevator.
To the elevator. Yoink. We observe a moment of silence for the sunrise, which is happening right now. So I'm a shush. I almost have too much to talk about today. Just one sec here. I'm going to mute Russell. I guess what I'll focus in on is how grateful I am that the work that I'm doing in different spaces is showing me what is possible. So I minted the Shipple token so I could experiment and understand how tokenization works better. And that's been working. And it's now this interesting sort of almost kind of sort of asset that our community can deploy and leverage. I'm really grateful that I get to work on the Chirp team because that sort of positioned me in a space so that I get to talk to people like Max Infeld, frankly. And like we talked before about, like I get to interview people that run projects. Of course, Max is one of, if not the founder, I should probably get the details on this, of the Crown DAC token, which is like a decentralized autonomous corporation sort of thing. They're really cool. That whole community is really cool. It's like Shipple, but smarter. And they know more. But the heads of NFT projects and the heads of games and stuff, like I'm sort of positioned where I get to talk to them and hear their excitement and see how what they're doing is working and gain those insights. So that on a day like yesterday, ideas that have been sort of percolating about what we might be able to do in this space just exploded. I wrote like 5 pages of notes this morning on how we might be able to invite other people into this world and make it an extremely rich and engaging and valuable experience for all of us. So this is all the things that I've been doing. Sometimes I get worried that they're too disparate. There's too many different kinds of things. And I have to remind myself that it's actually all the same thing. And every bit of it comes down to community. And so that's how I knew that even when we were kind of messing around with this stuff and I'm building a 60,000 block dome for what seems like no reason at all. that engagement in community is just it's inherently valuable. It is valuable to me personally on its own, with no added side benefits of experience or education or anything. It's just good. This is good. It always has been. Whether there was me and Greg and Bob here, or my extended family, and then what might end up being an extended community in the future. But I think we can turn it into something really, really intense and fantastic, and always with that core intention of that core intention that Bob set on what seems like the first day, is that coming together around gratitude is the point. And we can keep that we will keep that as a core tenet of everything that we do in this space moving forward. So thank you all for being here this morning. And I'm really looking forward to the tour after this, because I haven't done a tour in a little while. And that's all I got.
Exciting.
Meanwhile, Bob and I are just having a massive snowball fight while you were talking.
Yes.
At no point should people take me too seriously, so that works out. I think yeah, no, well,
no danger of that.
You.
No danger of that.
We could totally do both.
Yeah, right.
We are masters of such.
Appropriately. Anyway, who's next?
I have a thing when it's time. I don't have to be next.
Be next.
Snap. Okay. So, yeah, of course, community is on the mind. And I was like, okay, communities, they form gatherings. Sometimes they form cities and all that. And there's like a population sign, right? It's like, welcome to the city of blah, 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 population, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what would be our sign? If we had a sign, I was like, well, welcome to the grateful community, population ? And it's a question mark because, it's not just the people that are in this quote game, this platform called Minecraft. It's not even just the people that are in our comments who are near and dear to my heart. It's the people that are also watching and interacting with us, or would like to interact with us, but they can't yet, right? Like, this thing's going to grow and continue to grow, as it should. So anyway, the sign in my mind would be something along the lines of, welcome to the grateful community, population ? And then the message, or a message, is the feelings here are real. That's it.
I like it. The diamonds are fake, but the emotions are real.
Yeah, I've got a reflection on that to piggyback off of.
Somebody write that down for
Bob.
real. Sorry, Jareen. The diamonds are fake,
Okay.
but the feelings are real. Oh man, nailed it. Sorry, Jareen, go ahead.
No, it's totally fine. Now that we have somebody new, welcome again, by the way. It's just kind of cool for me to sit and reflect that, like, I have a very small circle locally, but look how big our circle is here. We've got Corey and Greg and Sue and Ginny in Florida and Fred in Arizona and me in Oklahoma and Jen in Canada and Bob, and I don't know where Bob is, in the Bobaverse. So, like, it's just really exciting to have such a core group of folks that come and hang out every week from all over the place, providing whatever perspectives they have, but all, like, focusing on one thing, and that's the gratitude. So that's what I've got for today. I think it's cool.
Nailed it.
We're from everywhere.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as much as, like, when Corey goes into the leet speak about NFT, all the different terminology and phraseology that he uses to describe this brave new digital world, I'm excited about that, but I'm also kind of baffled by it, right? But my excitement is is buoyed by that exactly what Yuri just expressed, that no matter what else is happening, no matter what else we try and do with this server, we come in here every Sunday morning, we spend a half hour together throwing snowballs, expressing gratitude, making jokes, swearing in church. All these are things that I dearly love. And this is where I get to do those things. So whatever else happens, as far as tokenizing the world or creating an economy or a portal network, whatever it is we do, that's secondary to me to just coming in here on Sunday morning and being here. And it wouldn't matter if we had built 10 block square plinth with no light emanating from the top of it. The fact that we're all here that's the thing. That's the thing. As beautiful as this all is and can be, it's you guys. It's the community of people of never-ending feelings and fake diamonds that keeps me coming back every Sunday morning. I wake up, got to go to church. And I never saw myself being that kind of a person, but here I am. So thank you.
That's a thing. Collection of things.
Yeah, even when the traffic's hell. Anyway, move on.
Yeah, it's a hell of a commute from the living room to in here.
It's tough.
Whew, yeah.
Always got to do it.
And that was beautiful, by the way.
Right?
Well, okay.
So I have something
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
about gratitude focus. Last night, I came downstairs thinking, hey, I can help build Santa. That'll be great. And I turned on my computer and it said, enter password. And I looked at it and I tried a couple different things. And I fiddled around with it and searched the internet and I'm like, Because Leon was down here one night. Somehow he figured out how to set the BIOS password. So suddenly my computer has this boot password. I don't know what it is. I texted my mom because he's sleeping over there, and he doesn't really know what it is either. How do I fix that? And one of the things that Russell pointed out that I hadn't even realized was that I was initially quite upset about it, and then my focus changed. And as the time went by, and I'm an hour into it, I'm an hour and a half into it, and I'm feeling motivated. I'm not feeling discouraged. I'm not feeling angry. I'm just feeling super motivated to figure this out and curious and all the rest of that. Because it dawned on me that it's within my capabilities. Yeah, I can figure this out. Do I know anything about it? No. I don't know what a BIOS is. I don't know where to find the finger on the inside of the motherboard, but whatever, I can do it. Because if I can figure it out in any way at all, I'm going to feel so good about that. I'll be so grateful that I just did it. And that's kind of how I really want to live the rest of my life. And I haven't had that same intensity of focus.
I think that's awesome.
I think Jen froze up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally computer scientist.
Well, I'm trying to. So, did he really? And Leon is how old? Did he really change the BIOS? I don't even know how to change a BIOS
He's
password.
like 7. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Max. He's in here building sometimes. He actually he helped us build the pillars over here.
That's right. That's right.
Which is really cool.
Black hat computer scientist.
Right? Freaking kid. Freaking kid. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's it. Unless Russ is muted right now, if he's got anything, or if he's behind the failed internet. All right, Yuri's here too. I haven't added him in yet. We can do that. Sorry, Yuri. How's it going, man?
Good morning, Yuri.
Yeah, Russ has a Santa to show off to all of us.
I was just sitting in backstream so I could see the chat.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Do we want to do the formal thing and then the tour?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yuri?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Dreen, you want to do the thing?
Of course. Okay. Here.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. In the name of science.
Nailed it.
We got worse.
We get worse every week, and that's what I love about it.
I was
We
muted.
were better last week for sure.
I did.
We were pretty Oh shit, that's funny. Anyway, all right. Well, let's get after it. I think I'm gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna set I'm not gonna set my gamer mode to flying around like crazy. I kind of do want it. Yeah, I am. Good talk.
Sorry, what?
I'm glad. Well, I was gonna like walk there with everyone, but I also kind of want to get a sky view of this whole thing. Is it spectator or creative? Spectator, right?
Spectator, but we can't really walk with you because we can't see you.
Yeah, never mind. You're right.
So
No, you're right. You're right. Okay.
Well, you guys are gearing up to tour. I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for the day because I woke up to the dogs, both of them crawling on the bed, and I about roasted last night. So I need a nap. I'm going to go to work so I can come home and nap. But love you guys, and I will see you next weekend. And we'll be in the 50 or the 40-something days left when I come back.
nice.
Thanks a lot. See you next time.
Season
All right,
greetings. Bye-bye.
All right. So this is the most entertaining way to get off the roof. You can get it right. Come on now. Doink. Why am I not able to get in there? Maybe I gotta go sideways. That's what you said. What? I'm trying to go in the hole. There we go. Sorry.
The kids are gone?
So bad. Anyway.
Wait, I have to know. Are the kids gone?
I think so.
Freedom. All right, carry on.
Yeah. Anyway.
We've been rated G.
Yeah. Right. So, Greg.
Yes.
What's the fastest way to get back to 1.0 right now?
Well, that would be to teleport us all there.
No. That's boring.
Well, you didn't say the least boring. You said the fastest. So it would be to go through the portal here, and all of us take the railroad back over the walkway, the thing down the.
That's actually good because that's part of what part of my little crystallized master plan. So portal it is. Whoa!
Always amazing,
right? So Max, for the uninitiated, this is the netherworld. It's basically like an underdimension. Every block down here is basically 8 blocks of distance in the above ground. We can come over here. I think it was Russ actually. Push button, enjoy cart. He's so adorable that it hurts my feelings. This is to my ice pyramid. We don't have to go there. We can go there later. So, come over here.
Yes, we play some fun pranks, Max, like the time I put polar bears in Corey's house.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably still there. Are there not carts?
Oh, there may not be carts loaded up. Too many people have been doing the carts.
Okay, hang on. Oh,
wait a minute. Yeah, no, there is. Okay. It spits them out the back.
Okay.
Which I was not expecting. Boink, boink.
Wait a minute. What just happened? There we go. Okay.
You got to do the sound effects, obviously.
All right. See, I like the Jetson sound effect. Cars from the Jetsons.
I'll take it.
Indiana Jones, eh?
Right?
Zinks away.
Man, his train station is so insanely good.
I got to hear me, so.
Employees will not tolerate abuse. So yeah,
welcome.
you can push that, and it'll spit out a minecart. And so this should conceivably take us upstairs to 1.0 or near 1.0.
Yeah, it comes up in the tunnel below the cave, by the cave.
Perfect.
You don't know this, Greg, but you're welcome for the push.
That's funny. So is it now, because I know they were talking about doing this, where you can actually set the coordinates of the portals, or no?
I think we need a plugin to do that, and I haven't done much with that.
Just because, like, if we do a massive land sale, like, I'm just thinking, like, 3 years down the road, if this works, people could be tens of thousands of kilometers away in game.
Yes.
So having a network that specifically joins, basically having like a really well articulated, ring network would be good. So this is where we used to meet, Max. Everybody would kind of meet down here. because I wanted to do like an amazing sort of reveal of the thing each morning, or I guess the moonrise. Do you remember what the time was for that, Greg? So we could
No, I
set it.
don't. I actually don't.
I'll just set it tonight. It'll probably work.
I
the same
still
way.
love this space. Like this little
Yeah,
cave
me
is
too,
so-
man. I get the feels. The diamonds are fake. The feelings are real.
Exactly.
That's so good.
But, you know, I had
Oh,
cut out
man.
Corey, over here in the corner. I had cut out below this
Oh
a
yeah.
space for a big portal network. I'd hollowed out a big space for us to make a portal network down here, and we moved on to the new place before we got anything more done with it.
Right.
So I have a feeling there'll be like a number of portal networks is what'll happen.
I think that's a possibility, and this is why when I was talking about it, like I want to, if we could set it so that kicks out a payment to the person that built it, that'd be really cool.
Right.
And even the train thing, and this is where like we're getting a little bit complicated. I'm not sure how much game integration we can actually get, but that would be really cool. Anyway, so this is 1.0. We started writing on the walls because we didn't have space to write on these things anymore. And this is the actual monument that Bob built. So we built this entire building around this, which actually got destroyed once by some interloper before we knew you could actually close down a server. So we had to rebuild half of it, but most of these blocks are the actual original ones.
Yeah, these are all expressed gratitudes by server members and also people joining us on the live streams over the months. There's hundreds of them. I haven't counted them, but
yeah, there's a lot. That's probably a knowable number.
Yeah.
Oh, this is I was telling you about this before, Max. The stained glass version of the pale blue dot is up there.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah, that's Greg's creation. He did a little bit more work than just putting a freaking cool ass light beam in this one. So when we do the sunrises in the morning, this is where we did them before. And honestly, like we still have work to do on the sunrises in 2.0. Like the balcony, I think is too high on top of that building. And I want to get some trees, you know, like maybe even make some artificial islands sort of out to the sunrise. So there's stuff that breaks up the light because I think it's going to look really cool.
You know, you could
That's
have
my
quests. Someone could go get a shrubbery.
dun, dun, dun.
Well, and this is like when you guys start to, you know, if you ever dig into what Max is doing with Crown, you know, these decentralized, you know, autonomous corporations or companies or whatever, you can do worker proposals. So basically I can say, okay, I need this, and this, and I like set an XYZ triple reward for it, and people can just claim it and go do it. And I think that's like the Atari level version of the level of complexity that's possible with them. And maybe Max, you could speak to that if that crops up any ideas. But
Yeah, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the term DAX is so confusing. What it means, it's essentially it's a pool of tokens, and we collectively agree the rules on how to access those funds and how to transfer those funds. So you can make it as simple or as convoluted as you want. You could say like, oh, we need 7 out of 10 of us to move funds. And that's all a DAC really is. It's just a way to determine who has access to an account. Yeah, you come up with process, or you can make it as complex or as simple as you want. But yeah, there's a lot of potential. So with Crown, we kind of didn't really know what we're getting ourselves into. We're just like, there's a lot of values we really liked. So going to conferences for about a year, we collectively found a bunch of people that wanted to make a digital community. But it was more like building the tools to kind of like nerd out on the tools,
right.
And then figure out how to overlay them. So we're kind of coming at it from that angle versus like having the community first and then picking the best tools out for it. So yeah, we're the first DAC on EOS mainnet. Some people say it was bigger, but I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was a lot of work, and it just been like idealistic. We hadn't even seen like a real world working DAC. You know, there's like a couple out there like the Maker DAO and things like that. But, yeah, it's pretty fun to think about how that could be used in traditional communities. And that was kind of like the second mission.
Yeah.
So the first mission is like, which we've done okay, is like support our, you know, our friends, our neighbors, our family using the DAC. And then as time goes on, the vision is to like extend those into traditional and terrestrial communities. And what does that look like? And so we made an entity called MetaDAC, which is an educational branch to teach about these tools and how to you know, think about if you're going to make your organization share collective funds or collective resources. And so yeah, so it's really interesting. So MetaDAC came out as a work proposal from Crown DAC, and we had this conference called DACathon where people could essentially be part of a conference that would determine the subject and the and what the token represented. And so we have, you know, I think it took us like 14 hours the first day just to come up with the theme, and we gave out the token on a test net, and you know, then people were elected to be the board members, or the custodians, as we call them. Yeah, and then we just had our second event, which is really cool. Hackathon. People presented ideas around the stuff. Yeah, this is all super cool to see this though, like another virtual community. And yeah, if you ever wanted to make a governance, you can have a governance token, you can have a token that represents a work or a gratitude token. I mean, there's so many different tokens you can put inside your DAC. It doesn't have to just be like one token per DAC, you know. So it's
I was thinking
cool to see
in
that.
terms of sort of gamifying this world.
But yeah,
Because we're making the Shipple community anyway. It's sort of secondary to it. Most of us kind of know about it, so that's probably I'll just use that. I'll just fund it to the tune of whatever we need to fund it for. But I've been watching the Alien Worlds thing, and like there's gonna be different planets and different, you know, DAOs for each one of the planets, and like they're going all the way down the rabbit hole with that. But we could even set it up so that there's different quadrants, right? Because I think that watching the way that the different planets are already creating sort of sub communities and sort of friendly competition and that kind of thing, like just splitting it into 4, I think would be super interesting. And then each quadrant would have its own governance token, and you know, we can start mapping that kind of stuff on there, like just ruthlessly copying Alien Worlds. I won't even front. I'm just like, literally, I love that idea. Let's do it, kind of thing. But yeah, and you know, I think the simplest version that I have in mind for this is that, you know, any action that you take, mining or building, should kick out, if not a small reward every time, then a percentage likelihood of a small reward. So you're basically mining Shipple by your actions in the game. And one of the things I was just thinking, like because we're gonna do a land sale next, but I would love to set aside, even as an experiment, I'd love to set aside a parcel of land for Crown, so that either as an addition or, see, this is the sunrise here. It's just better than 2.0 right now, but we can fix it. We just need to put some stuff in front of it, like trees and stuff to put in front of it to break the light up. Anyway, we'll figure that out.
I have an idea or two about that.
I have no doubt. Maybe you could put a beam in front of it, motherfucker.
We have the tools and the technology.
Well, listen, I was going to say, we know now that there are plugins for Minecraft specifically to introduce tokenizing and even cryptocurrency as a means of exchange.
Yeah.
So there are pre-made plugins for this. I don't know how to use any of them, but I know they exist.
Yeah, I'm talking to Finney and Dr. Wayne about that. I'm hoping that they want to come on board. If not, I've also gotten a bunch of other offers already for people that want to help out. Because I mean, like once anyone that has seen Alien Worlds, I think will take one look at this and go, yeah, no, you guys can at the very least make something very, very interesting, and you know, have some land sales that sell out. And Greg, I was looking at it, even without incorporating those plugins, because everything that is happening on the server is happening in a log. an outside script can look at that log and punch out, like, for example, like, Greg mines block A and it's gravel. Well, there's like a 0.2% chance that means that you get one chipple. And that's based on a script that we have outside that never even talks to, like, Minecraft has no idea. It doesn't care, and we don't need anything on Minecraft to work for that to work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe even you could, if push comes to shove, you could have a temporary Minecraft substitute so that you have a faster positive reinforcement loop, right? So it's like, oh, I do a thing, I get a Minecraft thing, but this Minecraft thing is rare and you can exchange it for whatever. Like, I don't know, it just depends if you want to speed up the positive reinforcement loop and enjoyment, but those are details, right? Like, talk later.
Yeah. I definitely want to. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works, because I definitely want to have it set so that it's kicking out like actual like the currency itself, like having Shipple be part of it,
right,
is going to be integral to the theory anyway. And I think we've seen a lot of evidence of this, but that ties all the different worlds together. Not only that, but like having a % chance to kick out an NFT is something we absolutely categorically have to do. Like, and again, this is ruthlessly copied from what Alien Worlds is doing, and I don't give a shit, because it's a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's the push comes to shove. It's always good to have a plan B or C or whatever, right? I mean, like
100%, right? Yeah. Well, and this is the thing, like, and I was sort of defining what an MVP would look like, minimum viable product. You guys all know that would look like this morning. And really, like, if we have land sale that says, okay, Greg buys this NFT and it is, XYZ coordinates to XYZ, well, just XY coordinates to XY coordinates, 1,000 blocks by 1,000 blocks. This is yours. These, numbers are on the NFT. And that, just the ownership of that kicks out a daily or monthly or whatever reward of Shipple, as ownership. Like, that's it, right? We don't need Minecraft for that. We don't need anything for that. Now, everything past that gets more compelling and more interesting. But I think we can sort of define a very small number of coded interactions that will provide a ridiculous amount of star value. And then I've got like 1,000 ideas after that we can get into. But yeah, could be interesting.
So, but in a world we set up where you can op command yourself anything you want,
that has to go away.
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely will not work. Because one of the things that
the first thing I want to do is open a shop where Corey has to buy sea lanterns.
Right.
And make myself incredibly wealthy, because
because that it would have required a lot. 100%. No, that needs to happen. Right. And so, like, you would have admin power and maybe a couple other people, but generally speaking, that would have to go away.
Right. And things you can't get in a peaceful world, like gunpowder, or there's things you can only get from having mobs enabled.
Oh yeah, no, we could create them and sell them.
Right. They'd have to be very, very expensive, since you can't get them here any other way.
Listen to you, capitalist. What's up?
I mean, that's
I like it.
If you want to make machines, you got to buy machine parts.
Or, right, if you're mining other stuff, you could be awarded a random NFT that was 10,000 sea lanterns.
Yeah.
Right, like there's
packs, like the rarity packs, kind of.
Right. But I'm talking, like, if you're in there, if you're on your own piece of land, or if you're on my piece of land, let's say you come on and I say you could totally mine here. That's totally awesome, right? And you're like, and by mining I mean mining Shipple. And so this is going to be one of the things that we need to do to avoid strip mining. Is every block that you use is going to kick out, like, to build something, is going to kick out double the reward if you destroyed that block. Right. So so instead of strip mining, you're going to be incentivized to, like, throw down as many blocks as you possibly can, which of course means you need to mine them first.
Right.
So I wanted to set that up. So every action that you take, so you're, like, just say you're, building a giant fucking dome for no reason. Right. Every piece of glass that you create, there's like you're going to make one shill for that. But there's a 0.0001% chance of getting an NFT for creating a piece of glass.
Blocks of glass you make or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can play around with all of those numbers, but that's where like things can get really, really rich. How many blocks are there? Well, there's a different percentage chance of winning an NFT or a different kind of NFT. So you could have power up NFTs that increase your chance if you own it of getting shill or getting more shill or getting different kinds of NFTs. Like there's this, my brain exploded over the last 36 hours. Like just straight up, I put so much down on paper that it's completely bananas.
Still like the idea of safeguarding this landmass that our temples 1.2
Right.
1 and 2 are on.
I think
and
it's
everything
really,
else.
yeah, I think it's, and we would do a land sale around this one and then probably expand out concentrically. But yeah, figuring out how to remove people's ability to change things in different areas would be fantastic, because it'd be amazing as a landowner to decide, okay, can somebody mine here or not, right? Or do whatever here or not.
Stu makes a very good point in the comments, and it's worth addressing.
Yep.
Gamification is going to change everything about where we are now, and I'm not sure I'm all in on this. I like the non-competitive feel to this community now.
Okay. I mean,
Oh.
Sue's going to own land here, whether she likes it or not.
So,
Well,
as my buddy would say, gamification is human-focused design, and so basically, it's like
Did
if
I
it's done
freeze?
right, it's enjoyable and does not destroy the values.
Yeah, I mean, that's
hold dear.
right. That's definitely going to be important. I mean, and
But thank you.
I want to make sure that we set aside for every land drop. I want to set aside something for the core community so that they just get some. And I want to make sure that the values that we have percolate the entire game. Because that's kind of the point underlying the whole thing. But that the economic viability of it redounds to the benefit of literally everyone. But the people that were here at the beginning, just because of the, by dint of them having been here.
This
Right.
also opens up experiment opportunities from an economy point of view.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna build a whole economy, why don't build it the exact same as this economy? You can do anything basically.
Yeah.
Have
Greg?
fun.
Hey, Sue, I want to kind of address this directly.
Yeah.
The landmass that we're all standing on now, where Cathedral 1.0 and 2.0 are,
Yeah.
is way more massive than just what we've developed. There's a lot. And my intent is to make this landmass in this much, much bigger map. I'm not sure you grok how big the world is here, but if
Big.
we safe zoned this, you could build for the next 5 years and not fill it all up, right? And then we could always add other safe zones elsewhere. We could add other hubs within this world that are still safe and non-competitive, right?
Well, I mean, like competitive how, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, stuff that is, and I like Sue, for example, like the land that you guys have been building on, you and your daughter. Like if we were to do the very minimum, you would have 1,000 blocks by 1,000 blocks, and for context, the entire dome is 129 blocks wide. Right, so it's a big chunk. But I think like I would want to award significantly more than that to the people that started this, right? So it's a big chunk. Like you could have a part of it that, if we got it right, you would be able to build on it for a really, really long time and never meet anyone else. But I want to make sure that the ownership of that land is kicking out Schipple to you. Again, whether you like it or not, you could donate it, you could give it away, you could send it to the moon, doesn't matter. Every action that you take on that land is going to kick out either some Schipple or some NFT or both. And so the competitive thing, like you don't have to do anything other than that. Like that's your center of this.
I'm curious if maybe Sue means, though, the op command thing, where if I need 10,000 metal cubes, I can just conjure them.
Yeah, that would go away. It would have to. Now, granted, like making a server is easy, right? And so like that, it won't all be upside.
That's
for literally
the
everyone here.
There is
I
a plug. There is a plugin so that when somebody logged into Church of Reason,
Yeah.
they would go to a little room that has portals. One portal goes to the world where the economy is in action, and one goes to a world where it's not. So we could dupe this world completely and leave it remain economy free for people like Sue and others that want to just build and do creative stuff. And you go through the other door and you're in a world that looks exactly like this, has all the same developments on the start day as this one does, and yet has the economic model in place.
Yeah, I would do that for Sue, but I wouldn't tell anyone after today.
Well, you wouldn't be doing it just for Sue because there are others that would like to play that.
You know what I mean, though? Like the original people that are part of this community, if that's something that they really, really, really wanted, and in my humble opinion, you don't. I just haven't explained this properly enough yet.
Yeah,
but if that's the case, then we could set it up.
Ginny, I'd be too close to Greg's area. Then don't worry about that because I'm not possessive of any geographic space in this server because I know I can go anywhere and build anything anytime I want to. So I mean, I built the Turtle Beach farm, which is now open to anybody that wants it. I built Donna's house, which Donna now has an amazing farm over by the Cathedral 1.0. Like I built a bunch of stuff in here, and I know that I can go anywhere else, anytime else, and build something new. So don't worry about where my 1,000 square blocks are going to be. It's everywhere. Letting others in is another worry. That's true, Sue. But there are safeguards for that, right? There are not just server command safeguards. There are penalties where you it costs you Schipple if you destroy something that's not yours.
Oh no, you get kicked the hell off if you destroy somebody else's thing, and your land ownership is revoked.
Right.
Not only that, and again, like we would need to maybe check to see if we can make sure we could do this, but I know we can save the entire world.
Yes.
So doing a daily,
multiple times.
Right. Yeah. So doing a daily save, if something really, and again, like I want to set it so that you can get white or blacklisted to different areas, so that Sue could say, okay, I don't want anyone to other than my daughter, for example, to be able to change anything in my area at all. Right.
That's doable.
Okay. So it would be permanently safe.
Yes.
But if that ever got screwed up or if anything got, really damaged, we could just roll back to the day before. But that's a huge concern for sure. Because, I mean, we had our entire cathedral destroyed and it was heartbreaking. Granted, we built something way better the next day, but, still.
All right. So the elephant in the room here is Virginia, except for kids. We did have an incident where somebody's kids got on their account and knocked a few things down here the last few days.
Right. Well, again,
they were learning how to play, and that's been handled. But we will have to face that with other people.
Well, and kicked off unless Greg's saying that we can actually set it so that you can protect your area, so that only you can build on it. That solves this whole thing, right? And it basically means that like if kids are going to be on, they're going to have access to their parents or to their whatever their 1,000 thing block, and they could do whatever the heck they want. Right. And then they would just be disabled from doing anything anywhere else.
Right. Is this boring for anybody else? I'm enjoying the shit out of this, but I'm not sure everybody would be. I'm
excited you guys to hear. Obviously, like Max, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to break in and tell us we're completely mental, by all means do that.
Oh no. You guys have no idea. I'm getting a lot out of this. I've been thinking about this stuff for years. I mean, I would definitely read the Alien Worlds white paper. I skimmed through it a few months ago.
It's very, very dense.
So
well, then I had, if you want, check out my conversation with Anders and Mike from EOS USA. It's on Chirpcast because we basically like got the sort of 30,000 foot view. But yeah, last night, guys, the last 2 days, I think I've read the entire thing 3 times because it is intensely dense. There's a lot there.
Yeah, and I love their approach, versus because a lot of nerds and engineers are like, like me, we're like, let's make these cool tools and like, and we just like make these tools, but there isn't really, it's not accessible to communities to overlay these things yet. So what I really appreciate about Alien Worlds primarily is that they're like, hey, let's create a need for these DACs, right? So it's like creating the purpose and the function first, and then overlaying those tools as they're needed. And I think that's what's so profound about it. But yeah, along those lines, it's like the bottom, like the main goal is like you want to get people to stake on your lands. And so I'm thinking, some crossover between this and Alien Worlds. You have some leaderboards for regular activities.
I have that outlined in our sort of nascent white paper already. The staking I hadn't even thought about about doing. I just started thinking, okay, well, they've got DAOs. We could just slap 4 quadrants onto the whole thing, and do it that way. Ginny just said my area is just pretty not sure how it fits into the plan unless I Airbnb the treehouse. So here's the thing: I think that you could rent access, you could bequeath access to somebody else, and mine, like Alien Worlds, for example. Like if I come on Greg's land and Greg has it set to open, so anyone's whitelisted or whitelists me or however we figure that out, and I mine Schipple, which means of course I'm digging stuff up or I'm building stuff. Every reward that I get, Greg should get 20% of that reward. Right? So Greg's now incentivized to have people come and work on his land. Like a lot. Right? Because he doesn't have to do shit. He can just sit back and rake in some Schipple.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, everyone, none of these activities are, well, activities are not mandatory. You can come and chill. It's cool.
Right. Wait, this is the thing. Like, you guys are all going to own land that legit I'm going to sell for a not small amount of money. And you guys already have it. And if you want to stake out more, I won't be mad.
So that leaves us the option of buying extra blocks that we want to sell because they're beautiful or they're funky or they're useful to somebody, or not, or just hanging on to them, just not participating in the economy.
And those blocks that you guys own by dint of the fact that you've built on them will kick out Schipple rewards again, whether you like it or not. I mean, obviously, if you don't register your EOS account, it won't do anything. But like, you know what I mean? Like owning land in this space will accrue a benefit.
Sue is asking, why would I want to mine someone else's land?
Good question. Very good questions in general.
So you have your own, so you don't care, right? You wouldn't benefit as much as if you were working on your own land. But somebody who doesn't own land, like I want to make as a core principle, I want somebody to be able to come into this world and without any money at all, right? And have the ability to mine things, build things, earn Schipple, be part of this experience without having to own any land, right? So some people will have their land closed off. I'll always make sure that there's at least some land where people can come and basically do that, right? So you would not, as a landowner, you would not benefit doing work on somebody else's land more than you would on yours, because it's basically it's 20% extra that you're getting. Hopefully that makes sense.
I have an idea and an example, Sue. Like what we're talking about doing, the thing where we're going to safeguard this landmass, but everything else is going to be like it'll have monsters enabled. And there's a benefit to that is when you kill certain monsters, you get certain materials in return that you can't get in a peaceful world like this. For instance, gunpowder, for instance, slime blocks, which you use to make sticky pistons, to make different kinds of machines. So I don't own any land, but you do. You own 1,000 by 1,000 block out there in the hinterlands. And I find out that your block has these gelatinous cubes that you can make into other things. Well, I have to dig a certain kind of pit to trap those and kill them and mine the materials. So I'm going to ask you for permission to go and dig one of those on your 1,000 by 1,000 blocks, since you have the materials that are needed. And you're going to benefit not just from you're going to get 20% of whatever I make in Schipple for mining out a 16 by 16 by 150 deep chasm for those things to fall into, but you're going to get a percentage of the materials that come out of the mine, for example. Right? So that's a really survival Minecrafty thing, but you can't get gunpowder here unless you conjure it. And if we take away the conjuring ability, the only way for you to get gunpowder will be to make a mob trap on your own property that does that, or to pay someone to dig the trap for you.
So I was trying to figure out, Greg, what to do with all the land that wasn't bought, which will be the vast majority of it forever.
So maybe that's mining claim. You rent a mining claim.
Well, okay.
Or you buy a mining claim.
What I was saying, that's interesting. So let's table all of that, because I still don't know what to do with that, because I do.
Sue, they can also bring the things we can't find in our land and sell them to us. Exactly right.
Yes.
If you want to make fireworks shells to make fireworks go off over your farmhouse whenever you want to, you have to have gunpowder. And you can't have gunpowder in a mob-free world. Yeah. Therefore, you would have to buy it or go outside into the unsafe zone and procure it yourself. There's risk involved either way.
Yes. So that's the one thing that that jumped out at me is that all the land that is owned could be safe zone.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to, as like an intrepid newbie, you'd have to walk and you'd have to find your way out into the, into the unknown lands. And that's where you find all the monsters. That's kind of compelling to me from a gamification point of view,
Yeah.
right? And can you come in and buy it? Sure you can. But like people that don't own any land, which again, I don't think we should sell for cheap, like at all, right? Because there's gonna be a lot of work cost into putting this together and whatever, right? So like that's a thing that I want to make sure that anyway. So like it won't be cheap to do, but anyone could kind of go out. It's just that's so compelling to me, right? Like you're going out west, you're gonna go out to the place where you might get killed, and do some stuff out there. And Greg,
but you might earn enough to buy a huge mountain that has a giant abandoned mine in it to make your own place out of.
Right. That's interesting.
Right. Also,
I'm
sorry.
Go ahead, Max.
Oh, I was just gonna add. I would consider having some mechanism that you can just already reward for engagement beyond this, beyond your server. So if like someone had engaged in Minecraft in this other way, they could just claim a certain amount of shipple, or maybe it's a pool of community tokens just to kind of get them like a little more skin in the game, and also just benefit from that network effect. The reason why community tokens have succeeded is primarily because of that network effect.
Yeah, 100%.
Getting them into like tons of accounts. You want to get them in as many accounts as possible.
So,
and then,
Good point.
So we could basically do an airdrop where, we could say for the first, let's say I put 1% of circulating supply or whatever, like just like a pretty big amount, budgeted to, this is the year we're doing the promo, or whatever, right? We'll do maybe a couple land sales over the course of that year. While this is going on, anything you do in any Minecraft server that we could sort of point an API at, right, will register that you did those things, and you can get up to a maximum of 1,000 chipple and an NFT just by dint of having done those things. Is that kind of what you have in mind?
Yeah. I'm not necessarily sure if you can like get public actions or anything like that, but
right.
But if they sign in with their account, you can like go through their account, run a little script, and then it calculates how many shipple they should get, and then they can. It's like, oh yeah, paste in your or just sign in with a Wax Cloud wallet to claim.
Yeah.
And then everyone's gonna tell their friends like, oh yeah, pop over here, get some free crypto tokens, and
right.
Yeah, and yeah, when you start, and I would say even consider that with like rewarding in other communities tokens as well to get that engagement up.
Max, I thank you for saying that, because like I was already thinking any other, because Chirp is kind of teaching me this, right? Like that, because that network effect is everything, right? It's community times number of people holding your token times number of meaningful transactions. I think is really going to redound to the actual value of your token. So that's, and we would love to partner with Crown to include that, just because I think it'd be fucking cool. Number one, and number two, like having Crown have again, like I'm gonna gift you guys a parcel of land. Also, just like come in here and grab it, whatever, right? So that you guys have it. But what we mine in that land is up to us, right? So like whatever you guys want to do, Shipple's gonna be there, NFTs are gonna be there, like everywhere else. But there's nothing saying we couldn't also say, if you have a 0.1 chance of earning some Crown or like whatever you guys want to do. Right. So then you have an incentive to bring a lot more people into this experience specifically to your land, where you're also getting a 20% benefit for every action that takes place.
Experience being the key here, if I may jump in, because
go ahead.
This is all about, we've been talking a lot about the mechanics, but like all these mechanics are here to support human experience, right? Which goes back to our values, etc. So we can have our cake and eat it too, and love it.
I like it.
Yeah, I love that, being able to, if people just want to play the game as they normally would or experiment, you're rewarding them as like a third party.
Yes.
And they may not even know for years. Like if you're doing it right, you're like, oh, what? Like there's all these, like I can claim all these community tokens just by, logging in with this wax account, like that would go viral at some point, as people could be claiming some like back pay on some activities they've done. And yeah, I think we're going to see tons of these kind of third party reward structures. And yeah, and I mean, if you're successful, you're gonna see people use Shipple in unprecedented ways, and in ways they like you never would have ever expect, or your community would never expect that people would use them as well. So
Yeah, we've seen that. We had that happen already.
That started already, and that's like Max. I'm so glad you're here this morning because I know you could see where this is, where it might go, and that's kind of the thing for me, right? Like we set the initial boundary conditions. And that's, part of the genius of Alien Worlds is they're inviting that too. Like, if you want to make a game that plays on Alien Worlds, have at it. We don't care, right? Like, do it up because it all redounds to their benefit.
Yeah, I really Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I really like what Max is saying because the mechanics, or whatever you want to call it, the gamification, the design, it's not in your face. Like to your point, Max.
Yeah,
it enhances the experience. It doesn't detract from the experience.
Yeah, and I like what Bob is saying because like Sue's question line here is exactly the part of this that I love. She's asking how do I participate in this? What does this mean for me? Hey, I need to start stocking up on that shit before we gamify because I can't go into Monsterlands. No, but listen, this is the thing. I'm gonna go out in Monsterland and build a gunpowder mine and give you gunpowder. And you're going to pay me. So how much Shipple do you have? I know you have.
You're staked as fuck. So you're good to go.
As long as the price is reasonable, you can pay me to go off and mine for you, and you'll get the mined material. And the other thing is, if we're going to be the landed gentry, no pun intended on Sue's name here. If we're going to be like the landed elite here, I think to keep that status where we have our big block of land that we staked out because we were here first, we ought to have to give some of it away. We ought to have to pay a tax for the status that we hold.
Yeah. What's funny is there's also role-playing options here potentially.
Right?
Can 100%. Can I just say, like, Greg is already, the second he gets anything, is already trying to tax himself because the principles the principles that we espouse politically are not fucking jokes.
No, they're not. I mean it. We should have to pay for other people to have an easier time of it.
Oh, you nerd. Okay, I do think there will be 4 quadrants for DACs, for DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, exactly in the way that like Max I think will be able to explain this kind of ad nauseum because I don't know how they work either. I just know they exist and that they work. But I would like to submit at this point that the central part around the cathedral is another one that's just ours. Like if you're here before launch and you're part of our community, I want to maintain that. Now, because this is going to actually be a business and a startup, I'm probably going to maintain dictatorial control, but impressing you people is why I'm doing it.
I think we should also empty all public chests. Like, I think we should divest and start fresh. Like, I mean, right now in my inventory, there are 64 diamond blocks. That's ridiculous. Nobody should have 64 diamond blocks at the start of this whole thing.
And this is always how I know that something that I'm doing with NFTs or anything else is working. Like when I want to buy something I just minted from myself, like that's you idiot, right? But like we've created something of value that's goofy, and Sue like wanting to stock up on some stuff. Again, like I think, especially because this is why I wanted to know how big the land is. Apparently, the largest map that you can make is 60,000 by 60,000. Right.
Here's the thing, Corey. They're technically
kilometers.
They're infinite. They're infinite. But as you get farther and farther out from the World Spawn Center, the generation of new blocks gets trickier and weirder. Like it just gets less manageable the further out you go. In other words, the computer cycles required to generate new land break down at a certain distance from the original spawn point.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's anything, it says the max size is 60,000 by 60,000. So if we sold 1 kilometer square blocks, 1,000 block to a side, right? We would have 3.6 billion parcels.
Sue hates me now.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do that. I really don't. Like that,
All right. Well, okay. And Donna makes a good point. I have oodles of diamonds, and I mine them myself. That's true.
Right.
Like,
exactly. Right. So, like people that
Well, let me just
you're
say,
at the
I'm going to
start-
give up a whole bunch of stuff that I op commanded to myself. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, you go to town, buddy.
And y'all are just going to have to trust me.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, Donna should keep everything she's done. She's been mining like a.
Donna's
like
done it
a-
all by
like a
hand.
hero.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so-
not even sure she ever gives herself any tools. I think she actually, unless I've op commanded spells onto her tools, they're all ones she made from scratch. So.
Oh, dude, this is hilarious. I wasn't even paying attention to this, but Bob apparently had to go and he left us a note.
Oh, yes.
Can you see that on the
Have to
thing?
go have a good one.
Nerd. So
Right.
yeah, so I'm talking to Finney and Wayne are programmers. We might end up needing more. I've got a bunch of this defined. Like I think getting to the point where we can do a land sale so that owning that land is kicking out some shipple, and that actions that take place within the parameters of that land kick out rewards both to the landowner and to the player.
Right.
It's sort of that. I'm just trying to imagine like what's the minimum viable version of this that will sort of get the idea across. Because yeah, it can go crazy, right? Like in Alien Worlds, Greg, you can own an NFT that increases the likelihood of you finding stuff, right? And so like they sold packs of those, and they did hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of sales.
So you would basically be developing the skills of a prospector, someone that knows what kind of geological formation does. Whoops. Corey
Or
froze.
buying them, nothing. You can come in and play, right?
Okay.
And mining, you might dig up an NFT that if you have that in your wallet, gives you a double chance of winning NFTs.
Gotcha.
But you could also fuck it. I like doing this anyway. You could put that on sale on Atomic Hub and make actual money.
I hate to tell you this, Corey, but if we do this in this world, you and I might have to, opt out of economic benefit because we know we can do things in this world that nobody else can. And I know this world better than anybody because for months I've been walking around it.
This is a business. We're gonna make money. Legit, dude. And I want to make sure I'm thinking, and we'll decide what the situation is or whatever. But from the land sale, this is what I want to fund. Our central community DAC, I want money coming in there all the time. Obviously, I'm gonna take a cut. The developers are gonna need to take a cut. I got to map all this shit out.
Right.
But when we do a land sale, I think we could sell 100 pieces of land at $100.
Really?
Dude, at the least.
Easy.
Thank you, Max.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, now you guys are scaring me. That's real money.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is a much better idea.
But I might have to pay taxes on real money. You can't have that shit.
Shut the fuck up, you idiot. Oh my God. That's like the people that I don't want to make $1 million. Then I'd have to pay taxes on it. You don't get math or money or taxes. Just stop having opinions. Anyway, so yeah, there could be a real revenue stream around this, right? Not could be. I think it's safe to say that there will be. And so I want to make sure that the people that started this, that own land already, are making shipple. They could sell it for tons. Go stake some more out. I don't care. Go do it. And that is going to be a thing. I want to make sure that all of you guys benefit, just obscenely, frankly, right? And maybe for years, because shipple's going to kick out forever. Because I'm going to set it up on a halving algorithm that'll just make sure that it kicks out literally until the end of time.
I kind of like the job description: professional Minecraft server and admin.
But here's the thing, and again, from that, Greg, I'm gonna need an admin. You're already doing it, right? So this is a thing where that's we're gonna have to pay you for that if and when this works. So yeah, to Max's point, I think we could sell 100 easily. My game plan right now is to get back to about 2,000 users of Shipple. We've got a whole bunch of contacts in the NFT space. We've got a whole bunch of contacts in the game space. I think we could sell 1,000.
Wow.
Right. Especially we're going into a bull market. This is a thing that can happen now. Right. And then we can make relationships with people like Max and say, okay, we want to have the whole crown community in. So maybe we set aside 5 parcels for you guys. And here's where it gets really, really fucked up. I could sell Max, although we would, I think, gift this the crown as a proof of concept. Say Max comes in, he buys a piece of land for $100. And again, that's an NFT on Atomic Hub. Whatever, right? It accrues all the benefits that it accrues to you. Fine. I could then upsell him and say, listen, for another $100, I will mint you 100 NFTs that make smaller parcels that you can give away that accrue 1/100th of the benefit and accrue those rights to 100 people at a much smaller level. Right? So it's like 10 by 10. What is it? Whatever it is, right? It'd be 10 by 10. So they're tiny. They're stupid and tiny little things. But people could do that. And I might actually make it smaller, like 20 or whatever. But that we could basically securitize them all. So that, and you could do building competitions. You could do all sorts of stuff. I think even like 10 would make sense, because then you could resell them, right? So now Max owns the big piece of land. Maybe, you know, the when we do the resale thing, he keeps like 1% of the thing or whatever. Like we could get the number so he benefits from everything, but he can resell for cheaper to other people that might want to come in and do stuff on their land.
Right. Growth will slow down when we can't op command. For the first 6 months of the server, I was the only person here with op command.
Yeah,
and we got
as far as like right. As far as growth, I mean,
I think you're thinking about how newbie players react to that. I think people that are experienced Minecrafters are going to want to be a part of this, and they're going to build no matter what. Like
right.
Look, Alex built that giant treehouse next to this cathedral just in a day, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll slow it down at all.
So how do we know the boundary of our land? So there won't be any markers in game, I don't think.
I have to check, but I believe in World Guard and World Edit there are. I believe that it'll put colored markers on the corners of your stake.
Really?
Or you can op, like, you know, /OP, and then the command is something like check ownership, and it'll tell you who owns where you're standing. And you can put your own stone markers on the corners if you want.
I like that.
So yeah.
So like that.
I really need someone who knows how to use World Guard and World Edit to help me implement that.
Yeah.
And I had a really hard time with it when I started messing with it. Honestly, it wasn't a completely engrossed approach to it because I had other things going on, but I really need and that's the other thing. We could actually stake people in this world for helping us learn how to use the Minecraft tool. So some experienced Minecrafters would not be the worst idea.
Yeah, no, developing relationships, and so this is the thing. Like, I'm sort of earmarking, 10% of the first land sales. Like, and I really am thinking in terms of parceling out 1,000. I'm hoping we sell 100 if this is terrible, but I don't think it will be. So we could basically, we now have this asset that we're like, hey, listen, we'd love to give you this. Here's what you're going to get out of it. We need some people with some Minecraft experience. Sup. But at the same time, we could go after Minecraft communities and be like, listen, we want your whole community to be part of this. You as the community runner, we want to gift you some land and come and play with us in our sandbox.
Right. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm ready to get rocking and rolling here with my day. I got to go make some breakfast for Laugh Track and me. Okay. So,
yeah. I took up all sorts of your time, so thanks for.
Brilliant. Hey, Max, thanks for jumping in with us and helping us understand that end of it, because that's Corey. Corey does that stuff, and
yeah,
I'm going to figure out.
You guys got my brain going. So
listen,
yeah,
see, Sue, I love Sue. Always like, I don't really get this stuff. Sue, you totally get this stuff. Can you allow certain people to build on your land? Jeannie and I are discussing a town we want to build between our houses. That's I need to confirm that, but yes, that's the idea. And the thing is, like, if let's say we didn't chop it up into 100, we did 10, so 100 blocks by 100 blocks, which actually kind of makes more sense, right? And you guys would probably get this for dramatically lower cost, but you basically say, okay, we want to actually chop this chunk of land into 100 pieces and resell the land so we can make a town. So as a service, right? You buy that from us. You give us $100 down the road or whatever. And again, you guys don't have to do this, but we could offer this. And then you get 10 NFTs that you could develop that and then sell it, or you could sell it as undeveloped land. You could do whatever the hell you want to do with it. So the answer is yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we didn't really tour and go see what they're building. Max, you want to see that stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
All right,
okay.
I'm going to jump out, guys. Have a great day, and
right.
See you for coffee on Monday.
I've been drinking coffee like a freaking crazy person, so I'm going to go pee, and then I'll come back and I'll get into flying around like crazy mode, and we'll go look at all that stuff.
Oh, hey, Ginny, she wants to see what others did this week. Where's Laugh Track's house? I don't know if Donna has a house over by the new cathedral, but she's in the feed right now. So I'm sure she could show you around there. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Or we're just discussing, everything's going on. Listening, I hear the excitement. It's awesome. Oh, sorry, I hear the excitement. It's awesome, Corey.
Yeah, hey, Yuri, what's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out.
Me and Joe here.
Okay.
This isn't the first game. Like 3 years ago or something like that. There's another game I was involved in. They also had monetized token, and it was Clash of Streamers, this mobile game, and they talk about. Well, it's called Clash of Streamers. I maybe send you guys a link for the if you want to see the YouTube trailer. If you want. It's kind of interesting, but they're building a game. Things are a little late. It's supposed to come out after Christmas or something. It's mobile. And you have a hero, and you can upload your entire hero to the blockchain afterwards. If he's tough enough or whatever, and you can sell your heroes. So you actually own your characters, and that's kind of a cool idea too. And they've got their own internal currency, which is called Doobie, and they say distributed universal basic income. That's kind of what they're planning.
Uh-huh.
And they've got another currency with a purpose where you can just use to buy into the game. I don't know. They have the beta out. It's interesting, but and then there's the whole Gala. I sent a link to that one actually. Gala Games. They just actually sent me an ad as you were talking. It's a brave ad. I looked at it, and it's exactly what you guys are saying. It's like a platform for building games like Minecraft-like games to monetize. So I mean,
That's crazy.
It's huge. You guys are right on the front of the bandwagon. I say hurry up. It's
I think I'm hoping we can get an MVP out and do a land sale like as quickly as humanly possible for the first 100, and see how that goes. So Max, this is the path of reason that we built. I built the Fibonacci sequence into the path because I'm a nerd.
Nice.
This is the first.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the first monument that we built. Just a big hydrogen molecule.
This is the old world, but none of this is in the new world 2.0.
No, it's the same world. At the end of this path is Cathedral 2.0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just flying around because it's easier. This is one of the coolest things. My cousin's husband comes in and builds a monument, builds a model of the Voyager spacecraft. It just lets it sit over there, and he figured out. If you see this, you figured out how to make the plaque down there, and you can read the book, and it has all sorts of information about Voyager in it. It's just fucking cool. Anyway,
Awesome.
So Greg and I made this DNA molecule monument for shits and giggles.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. And then from there, we came over here. He's like, what's kind of after DNA? Well, big fucking amoeba. So we built that down there. That's actually Greg's place down there. He's been experimenting with automatic machines. So when he turns it on, it will actually harvest and collect cactus automatically, which is kind of messed up. Oh, that's another thing. While I'm thinking about it, we're machines. Is Greg gone? He's gone. You can automate stuff to do stuff really, really fast, and that would screw up the mining results. So I'm gonna have to think about that. I was gonna make a giant Darwin fish, but I got bored, so we didn't finish that. It's terrible. So, Sue, if you're still there, I might need some directions to your place. I think I know from the 2.0. So I'm pretty sure I just went out this way for really far. You can see the render because I've got a special package on Minecraft to give us those light kind of things, and so it slows things down a little bit. Anyways, before too long, we should start. Actually, I think 2.0 is right over there. Part of me wants to, I want to make like a path through these woods that is kind of an experience that then pops out. If I'm not mistaken, the cathedral is going to be right over here. I hope. You see how long this takes, Max? Like that's why the underground thing is so clutch, because you can go really far. Oh, this is when we started making glass instead of just this is here. So you can see this is where there was a huge beach there. They had to mine the whole thing out to make all the glass, because you make glass out of sand. And so here's 2.0. Renders quite slowly. And of course, like the bottom is going to be, all these wooden monuments in concentric circles going into the center as we build them. And eventually it's going to get all filled up. And that's when we're going to have to go stake out some land and make 3.0 and do something even more ridiculous. Follow the torches from 2.0. Got it. Oh, sweet. I'm far too easily amused. Is this a mine over here? What is this? Somebody's bunker. Oh, man, it looks like they did dig down. So one of the things, I don't know if Max, if you've played this at all, but to get down to where you can mine diamonds, you have to be on between like 1 and 12 off the bottom, give or take. Might be 16. And the average depth is 60 blocks, and the sky is 250 blocks up. Also, demigods have control.
Are these Minecraft worlds all two-dimensional? Like they're not like global. You can't go around in world.
Oh, that is correct. Yeah, as far as I know, that's the case. So is this your place over here?
That's interesting. So like you dig down. Has everybody hit hell or whatever? Or like the low diamonds?
No. You hit bedrock and it's game over.
Oh, game over. Where you just can't dig any further.
Suze, yours is over this way, Sue?
What do you fly up? How high can you fly?
Ceiling is 256, I believe.
And it just stops you.
Yeah. Sorry, Sue, please comment. I feel like I'm lost right now.
Well, there's a lot of space real estate.
This is it. This is it. Yeah, this is the thing. There's tons of space. So this is Sue's place. Her and her daughter have been coming in here to kind of hang out and build cool ass shit. Yeah, and this is the thing, like the economy in here, Max, is so like you could farm stuff, you could create stuff, like it just the rabbit hole will go very, very, very deep. And there's sort of like an infinite number of possibilities. What's this? Tractor supply? What does that mean? Is that a tractor? You nerds.
Nice.
Well done. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, Sue, this is just amazing, man. I am a huge fan.
Nice.
That's cool. You see a working sink? The thing in spectator view, you can just kind of run through everything. Like TVs and man, I had no idea you could do any of this. All right. Here it is. Nice. Little guest house. You rent out for 1,000 shilling a night. Oh man, it's too bad you can't see the dome clearly from here. So anyway, I mean, there's a few more things, but that's basically it. I haven't eaten yet today, so I'm gonna go and do that.
Awesome. Yeah,
But
thanks
yeah.
for the tour. That's so cool.
Oh, dude, thanks for coming to check it out.
Yeah, you definitely got got me thinking.
Yeah.
I'll send you some notes in a little bit that I came up with, but yeah, I think that's awesome, man. So much
do you
opportunity.
do you think I should set aside 100 right now to do a pre-sale?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. Because I mean, I want to like sort of have a proof of concept before I get too crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work as NFTs and yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you could literally just put it up there on Atomic Hub. It's pretty easy now to make.
Yeah,
those
no, that part I
NFTs.
could do. And really, like, so basically, I'd need to stake them out, decide what coordinates, because like you can actually, I don't know if you can see this here. How do you get the coordinates thing up? Nope, not screenshot, dummy. There we go. You see on the top like corner, you can actually see all the coordinates where you are at any given point in time.
Gotcha.
So, like for example, I'm like at 1,100 or whatever. So you can break that down to 1,000 by 1,000 or whatever, right? As far as the X and Z coordinates.
Yeah.
And so, you know, once I know what those are, I could just make an NFT that says you own between this XZ and this XZ, and that's it.
Yeah,
You got it.
And then can you restrict that user to only build on that?
So that's what Greg was saying, that he thinks that we can. Yeah. So I guess if we could set up. Yeah. So I think we need to show that, at least like some kind of ownership. I mean, at the very least, here's what I think we could do really quickly. You own between this and this. Here's the list of, you know, developments that we're planning on doing. Obviously, it's a pre-sale, right? But what it will do from the beginning is here's the pot of shill that we have going on, and it's going to start, you know, owning this mine triple every day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Then we can start getting really weird.
Yeah, I mean, you can do automatic payments pretty easily with the script. So you just say, oh, whoever holds these NFTs are just getting Shipple every day.
Right.
It's just kind of like a baseline.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's like the bare minimum that you get, and then obviously, you know, it's on us to develop the rest of it. But I think that like the ability for owners to dictate who can mine on their land, I think, or do anything, right? I think is one of the key elements, right? Because you really want to have that sense of I control this area and I get to decide who does what on it.
Yeah,
would be stellar.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's what we're fucking around with, and really, like,
cool.
The cultural end of it is something that I can't separate, right? Because we've got Shipple memes now. Like, you know, I want to integrate all that stuff so that it's, you know, you're gonna randomly find Shipple meme NFTs like all throughout the land, but having, you know, every Sunday we do this weird thing where you can come and hang out and join us for some gratitude.
I would definitely. There's this idea I've been thinking about while I've been talking, but you take like a small percentage of the pool of income and then give it to people who stake on your land in alien worlds, kind of like passively. You're like, oh yeah, whatever comes in here, 20% goes out to the biggest stakers of the alien worlds, and then, vice versa.
That's so good.
Because you want to have
Yes.
that, like, you want to
Yeah,
get it to
yeah,
go
yeah.
back and forth. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, dude, that's righteous. All right.
Well, that's all I got.
No,
I'm just
man,
kidding.
that's I mean, that might be world changing right there. Just that one idea.
Yeah, it's hard to get flow into a DAC. That's the thing that we've struggled with, because luckily it's been privately supported.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's unbelievable how lucky we are to have that. But at the same time, it's like we've been making these little module type apps
hmm
in hopes that one day one of them would provide some some type of funding in a little more of a stable currency. So yeah, that's right off the bat. If you do a token sale, you're like, oh yeah, like if you stake on Alien Worlds, you'll get like 5% of this, or I don't know, whatever, something to think
Yeah.
about.
Well, and again, like just like at least we'll give Crown at least one. Like it's locked up. It's yours. If you guys want to reserve more, we'll take Crown for it and put like a percentage of that in the mining base or whatever. Like whatever ideas you have as far as ways to amplify it that are good for you guys. Let's just do it. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll put in a work proposal to get you some tokens for that. That'd be awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Game on.
Awesome. Well, thanks for letting me hang out. That was cool.
All right. Cheers, Max.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Take it easy.
Yep. See you, Max.